Well, good morning, Facebook. I learned a lesson yesterday that some people are surprised or maybe not even trust kindness, kindness of a stranger. Yesterday, this young lady walked into the mission with her daughter just looking for water. And just noticing her walking looking for water and just wanting something to eat. I asked her, it's like, well, it's hot outside. You live near here? She says, no, we're homeless. I said, well, you and your baby are homeless? She's a young lady, maybe in her early 20s. Not only did she have one baby, she had another baby that she had to pick up, and she found herself homeless from whatever estrangement that she was having in her family. But I noticed that when I initially talked to her, she was a bit reserved, not really wanting to tell the full story, not really trusting to tell the full story. It wasn't only until after I engaged with her for a period of time and brought in other team members and we talked with her and got it comfortable that we found out that she had a lot of life stressors, a lot of life issues. I won't go into all of them that put her in a position where she didn't trust anybody. She's been taken advantage of, things that have happened to her, and she needed someone to advocate for her. So the team got together and we worked and looked around and worked with some of our community advocates and associates out there that may can help this young lady. It's very, very difficult to find placements for women with children. It's more difficult finding placement for a young lady that has two babies under 2 years old. But praise God, God showed up in a miracle. The first few phone calls that we made, uh, we found a placement that would take her two babies. They will advocate for her, give her a place to live, help her get her GED, help her get her education, help her raise the kids. They had an on-site daycare, had all this stuff and a place for her to live with her two kids until she can transition back in the community. But you can only praise God for just having that resource. But just praise God for that allowed us to find that resource in the midst of the oasis or the desert of resources for the homeless. So I asked ourselves, we just had to take a time of prayer and step back and just talk about the beauty, the wonder that God has for us, and the requirement that we advocate for people out there in the community. In Hebrews 13, 1 through 3, God says, let love for the brethren continue. He says, do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by the same some have entertained angels without knowing it. Remember the prisoners and those in prison with them, and those who are ill treated, since you yourself also are in the body. And we have to remember individuals out there that we're trying to advocate for. Sometimes they don't need the lecture, they don't need our judgment. They just need our help. And in helping them, we're doing God's will because we don't know what made that person. But I would say that there's a lot of hurts, habits, and hangups out there that young people get involved in at a young age, and it's hard for them to navigate back through because they don't have the self-esteem issue. They don't have the self-esteem in most cases to get through that. And so they just feel like their life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So take a time today to ask God to guide you in advocating for your brother. It could be small, it could be big, but it's advocating for your brother. And take the time maybe to reach out to someone you know, a friend or family member, or whoever that you may be estranged from because of drug use, but a multitude of things. I'm not asking you to give them anything, just to tell them that you love them and that, you know, God put them on your heart. Because that's what it's all about, doing God's will. When you draw close to God, He'll draw close to you, and He'll take you places that you've never been before. God is love. Have a nice day.